Welcome to Hey Mr. Chris, where I talk about news, vids, and people drowning in the undertone. I'm your host, Chris Law, and I'm here with this guy.
Sheila Stagg.
And we like to drink milk. Spoiled. Alright, so we got some news stories for you guys today. So
We're just gonna hop right in.
Alright.
Jump right in it. The parents of an 18-month-old girl were humiliated this past day. Yesterday, May 10th, were humiliated when they tried to get on a flight to Fort Lauderdale, and the child was put on the no-fly list. I don't know why. The child was pulled off the plane, and the TSA wanted to question her, and I think that was a smart move because, you know, I think you can gain so much information from an 18-month-old child because they have so much to talk about. They know all the information about the Al-Qaeda and the terrorist attacks.
Yeah, so who would know, anything better than like an 18-month-year-old, right? No. Well, kids don't know anything. Do they know anything? No. I think they didn't even have to answer it. They just know they know.
That's a bit ignorant. You don't actually know what's happening inside their brain. So the JetBlue flight, they just took them right off the plane, threw them in a questioning room, and then they ate freaking cupcakes all day. It was great. No, they questioned them though. And the parents were offended because they thought it was because they were Muslim. And I don't know if it was. It might have been. You know, America, we do crazy things. None of that even matters though because they got their boarding passes and they got on their flight. But afterwards, the TSA and this other company, who's a what's it, they were just arguing about whose fault it was. I think that the child was to blame, really. Bottom line, can't trust 2-year-olds.
Those 2-year-olds, sons of bitches.
They really are. That reminds me of a time.
Okay, onward to our next story.
Wait.
On our next story, baseball Mitt Romney here, being a big dumb. He was in an interview recently stating that he had some huge issues in high school. Well, he wouldn't call them huge issues, but he was arguing and being obnoxious about stuff.
Mm-hmm. I heard about that.
Yeah, he's just a big bully. So basically all this stuff happened when he was back in his high school years, when he was just a small little baseball Mitt, not the big Mitt that he is today. He was apologizing about, just whatever had happened, and he said, and I quote, "Back in high school, I did some bad things." That's all he said. That's just like a very vague statement. He had some other, he went on to say that he had cut off some kid's hair, like, because it was bleached, and they're like, "It ain't right, man." And Romney was like, "It ain't right that he has his hair like that." The kid got his hair cut, and he was all like, "My hair." And he also had brought up that he had been bullying some closeted gay, back in high school in Michigan. Then he went on, later on in the interview to say that he didn't even know the kid was gay, which frankly, I don't know if that's even believable in my mind, because he brought it up in the first place, and it sounds like he did know what he was doing, even though he says that he doesn't. Basically, it went a little like this. "You gay!" "I am not!" "Yes, you are." Because he's a robot, get it? No. He went later on to say that if anybody was hurt or offended, he completely apologizes, which is pretty stupid because, I think he only brought up this thing so no one would bring it up in the future, getting them all out there so people won't bring it up later and he'll get in trouble by it or whatever. His wife and some other people went on to say that he doesn't have a mean-spirited bone in his body. He seems like a nice guy, but that's like a huge front. You can never know how somebody really is until you slept with them, Basically, the question I want to ask you guys is, do you think that he was just doing this because it's an election year and he's trying to make himself, be honest, or he didn't want to have him bring it up later? Did he really believe that the kid was gay or not? Did he know? That's what I want to know. So let me know. Alright, now here's the part of the show where I like to tell a little story that happened in my life. I'm talking faster than they're talking about it. Oh, how's that milk?
This is really disgusting.
So, okay, this is a simple story. It happened back, I was younger too. I think this was my freshman year of high school. So not that long ago, but decently long. So she said. So I used to skate, like skateboarding, be the cool kid like you, yeah!
I remember that. That was always...
And we were skating outside my neighborhood this one time, and my friend, his board, the wood, rolled out into the street, and there's this big black truck going by, turned out of the neighborhood as we were going that way. And the board, as you know, has like a tail end, if you know about skateboards. tail end.
It's called a flip-flop.
So the board rolls out, and his tire, he runs over it. The board flips up, flips up, flips up, dings the back like end of his truck, and the guy just like, and he slips on the brake, and he just goes, "What's going on out here?" And he's like in the middle of this is like main road area. Okay, this wasn't just like a street in a neighborhood. It was just outside, like in a light, like in a crossroads or whatever. So he gets out and he gets all pissed, and we're like, "Oh!" Just ding in his truck. And my friend's just like, he didn't know what to do. He was just frozen solid.
I would imagine. Was there any correlation between the truck color and the skin color of the man?
No, there was not. I'm not racist. So the guy gets out and he's like yelling at us because he ran over it. He was actually turning when he wasn't supposed to be turning. And the skateboard didn't roll that far into the street. It was like 2 feet. Anyway, the guy gets out and he's like, "What you doing with my truck?" And he's like, "Yo, yeah." He's getting all mad and yelling. So he's getting all mad. And my friend, what does he say to him? He's like, "I don't care." And his skateboard was fine, by the way. But the guy grabbed it and like threw it. And my friend, he was like, "Yeah." So he grabs it, and then my friend comes at him with the skateboard, and the guy like backs up. It was weird because he was like talking all like badass, and then he's leaving, and my friend's like, where are you going? Like, come on, like, you know, whatever, bring it or whatever. He had a nice truck, by the way, so you'd think he'd be defending his honor of his own truck.
I would defend the honor of my own car.
The guy walks away. "That's not how I roll, bitches!" My friend, we would just started laughing, and the guy got in the truck and rode off. So that was just mind blowing. Just.
Did he really lose his hubcap?
No, he lost. Well, that's been it for this episode of Mr. Chris. Hey, Mr. Chris.
And Mr. Shaler. It's a new.
Mr. Shaler.
It's a new thing.
The stag.
No, Dr. Stag.
Leave a comment below about the question that I asked you guys about Mr. Baseball Mitt. I'll see you guys next time. Does that sound good? Sounds good.
I also leave a comment and say which one of our stories was better.
Not
who
the point.
was better?
Me.
Who was better?
Peace out.